Hey, what's up everyone? This is the watch this video for Wednesday, January 22nd, showing you the SPY daily. Pretty narrow range today, just like Friday, closing well off of its highs, and I think the market was a little bit spooked by I want to say it's called the coronavirus, but I'm not positive. People getting sick. It started in China, and then there's a case in the United States, and it's very reminiscent of the time we had Ebola, SARS. Anybody who's been trading for a decade or so, you've been through these, and then you get all the what you call the the virus plays, for lack of a better term. NVAX was one of them today, and anyway, I'll go over that. But real quick, for those of you, let's look at NVAX real quick. So there's NVAX that had the gap up, NVAX sold off, and then ends up going out at its highs. And actually, in after hours, it went up through 10. As I'm talking right now, it's trading at 890. I don't know if there was bad news in after hours or whatever, but for those of you that weren't in chat today, Wayne called this one long through 9 right there. You know we love whole number inflection points with a potential catalyst just above, which would have been the red to green and the high of day. Through 9, it went pretty quickly through 950, gave a little flag pullback, and then ended up kind of going out pretty close to its highs. And I also want to highlight beyond, and I'm going to talk a little bit, and then I'll get into the watch this video. I'm going to talk a little bit about my stupidity this morning. I'll switch to 1 minute candles and show you. You want to talk about a stark contrast between how Wayne traded this and how I traded it. And the difference is Wayne followed the process that we teach, right? And I took I don't know what you call it, seat of my pants trade? I don't know, 3-day weekend, right? And I came in just wanting to get something. And so here's the opening 1 minute candle. It actually opened at 113 and sold off a little bit. And I heard Wayne say, hey, this one opened at 113, talking about Beyond, BYND. And I wanted to get it right back up through 113. Now, this is a 1 minute candle, so you're talking about like a few seconds it went down, and I wanted it long through 113. I think Wayne wanted the same thing. I did a quick limit of 113.05 or 04 or something like that and sent the order, and it was already up at 113.20, 25, and it just within that same minute, it goes up to 114.50. So I missed the trade, right? If I did get it through 113, I'm scaling out into this strength, and I keep some for the accidental home run, but look what it does. Very next minute, it starts to come back down. And I thought to myself, hey, I'm going to be cute, and I'm going to put in a bid right around the half here, right around 113.50. I think it's just shaking out, the weak hand from the early pop, right? Now, that's not a setup we teach, right? I just seat in my pants, took it right there, and next thing you know, I'm having to sell it, right? And it does this. Now, I didn't sell it all the way down here, and I think I lost like $300 on the trade, something like that. But still, it's pretty aggravating. $300, I'm sorry, total on BYND. I took another trade later that I missed too. But anyway, that I lost on too, I should say. But so it comes back up, hits 114, or 113.98, basically 114, sells off and curls back up again. And Wayne calls it second mouse through 114, which I wholeheartedly agreed with. But since I took a flyby to the seat of my pants trade here and took a loss, I just thought, you know what, I'm not going to lose again in the next few minutes on Beyond. So I didn't take it. And then it never looks back. So, and I literally watched, let me switch to fives now. I literally watched Wayne sell some, I think at the very end of the day at 129 from a 114 buy. That's $15 a share. And I'm sitting there looking at a $300 loss on this name. My other trade was, I don't know, all the way up here. You can't really see it on fives, but like right there, it was breaking through 119. I thought it was going to get through the high of day. And then it does this flush, and I had to hit out again. And I'm also peeved at myself because I should have had it at 114, and now I'm buying it $5 higher, got flushed out again, and then watched it run all day without me. I just couldn't have done anything worse for Beyond, and it's pretty aggravating considering I really thought this one had the potential to squeeze, as did Wayne, but he handled it the right way, and I did a seat of the pants trade. And that and it threw me off on the stock for the whole day. Now, I ended up really nicely green for the day. As I joked around in chat, it's really not funny, but I made the comment something like, I ended up having a really nice day, but only because, there's a new plague in the world. And that's, all those plays were handing out money, all those virus-related plays. Anyway, hats off to Wayne. I want to say one more thing I want to say about it is I'll say this in a lot of videos, and I'm going to say it again. He is the most disciplined trader when it comes to sticking to his process, right? Even if I got that through 114 with him, let's go back to fives real quick. Even if I got that, I'm probably out most around 118. and then it flags for a little bit, and I'm probably out the rest. If I'm lucky, if I trade it perfectly, I'm probably out the rest 121. And that's just what he's so good at, is scaling out, but always keeping some for the accidental home run with a break-even stop, obviously. And so he gets a $15 a share sell on his last shares, when even if I traded that perfectly, I just don't have the discipline to hold all day like that. I marvel at his the way he follows the process. So we could all, including me, just learn a great deal. It's fun watching him trade. All right, anyway, let me quit kissing Wayne's ass and actually talk about the watch list for Wednesday. NVAX has to be on watch. Another one, NNVC. I'm not going to go into details. These are all just really strong on that virus coming out of China, right? NNVC closing well off its highs. By the way, for those of you in chat today, NNVC looked like this, and I typed in NNVC, something like in chat, I said, interesting over 6, not a call, because it halted several times back here, right? It just kept halting on no volume, halting on the way back down. I didn't trust the thing, but I did point out in chat, hey, through 6, it might get going again, right? It had resistance here. It stopped out at 6 here, and it was right back up. There was a seller on the tape. I mean, it was pretty clean. I didn't take it. I know at least one person in chat told me they took it through 6. Look at that. It ends up going over 13 from there. So it more than doubles from what you would call my alert, I don't know, my heads up. But anyway, I didn't take it. Back to the daily. Is absolutely worth watching. It's trading at 9 something right now in after hours, well off its highs, but we're going to watch that. That goes on the what we'll call the virus list. Beyond, with a very strong close, BYND should be on watch tomorrow. If I do trade it tomorrow, hopefully I can do it in a disciplined fashion and not what I did today. JMIA, had the pop, had the red day, and then it's right back up. So that one's absolutely worth watching. CVM. Oh, by the way, back to JMIA for those of you that weren't in chat. I did point this out as a potential second mouse through 8 right here. Now, it only went to like 820 before, where it would have probably flushed me out, and then it ended up closing strong. But anyway, I do want to watch that one tomorrow. CVM, really big move today. Now, keep in mind, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 green days in a row, and today a massive move. So you've kind of got a nice 3-day move, and then the 4th day almost looks like upside capitulation. So I don't think this is tradable tomorrow, but who knows? Maybe it gives a setup, but I do want to, keep keep that on watch for the next several days. Usually after a big move like that, it's not the day to watch, but we'll see. AEZ, we've seen crazier things. AEZS, nice breakout today. Not sure if that's in the virus group or not, but absolutely strong move and a pretty strong close. And the fact that it topped out at 154. If we open under 150 tomorrow, have a seller on the tape at the half number, we might have a half number break with today's high as a potential catalyst above. So that one's interesting. PRPO had a nice pop back here, pretty much straight sideways, and now it's starting to curl up, a little extra volume. Not in love with it, but going to watch it. APT, another strong virus play, well off its highs though. But certainly worth watching, especially if we get a lot of headlines tomorrow about, we've got another case of it in the United States, or 4 more cases here that, that can move it. ALT, another one, strong move. You can't see the 200-day here, but it topped out right at the 200-day, which was also basically a recent high from, 5-6 weeks ago. So we're going to watch that one. That's another what I would call virus play. Lake. Speaking of Wayne pointed out, and we talked about it in pre-market, that Lake and APT might be in play. But Lake looked about like this and was getting up right around 1250 when Wayne said, hey, let's keep our eyes on this one because APT is ripping. Anyone in chat probably could have had that at 1250. I was going over morning trades with the projector on, so I did not take the trade. You guys know I don't like to trade while I'm going over charts live in chat. I don't like to enter something, but anyway, if you grab that around the 1250, even 1260, you got a big rip through 1320, and then you got an amazing secondary rip when it was announced that there was a case in the United States, went all the way to 1540. Now closing well off its highs, but again, you got to start. There's almost always a theme in the market. Remember, you've got Bitcoin. You've got all kinds of themes. Oil plays sometimes. Sometimes it's the shippers. Well, and then on rare occasions, we get where all these virus plays come into play. So Lake is one of them. I think they make maybe protective equipment. AIM, I think, is in that same group. Don't quote me on that. Big, strong volume spike and a very strong close. And then SLNO, nice pop back here, nice secondary pop here. Looked like it was rolling over and pretty strong move today. Through today's high would be 340. And this day, about 6-7 sessions ago, topped out right at the half. So then through the half could be another catalyst to maybe make a run at 4. Who knows? So there's plenty to watch there. And we're going to add some gappers in the pre-market as well. And again, final hats off to Wayne. He's been phenomenal in chat. And look forward to see what he does tomorrow. All right, I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat tomorrow.